Rogers Dab Chevrolet was just a regular car dealership here in Brandon, Mississippi, and about 10 years ago we started branching off with our parts department, and we became one of the top 3 largest parts departments for powertrain, for engines and transmissions in the country. So in doing so, why not support the industry that supports the most powertrain, which is your performance engines and racing? And there's a need there that was not being filled. There was a customer base that was not being taken care of.
We keep the sealed crate motors in stock, the 602, the 604s, the 525s. Whether you're driving a late model or a modified or a street stock, we've got an engine for your car. We also carry the accessory kits, KRC drives. We also do Gary Williams carburetors. We've been in this for a couple years now, and we're doing it to benefit the racers.
Everyone is trying to get into racing, knows that it's not a cheap sport to get into. So price structure was a big thing in taking care of the racers, and we knew early on that we did not want to make this a profit center. We wanted to make it about the racers. Price is a big thing. However, customer service is where it's at. And we've had several instances where racetracks have called us and said, hey, we had a driver out here qualifying and their engine popped, and it's Friday night at 9 o'clock, and our team, Benny and Ryan, are calling me and saying, hey boss, we need to take care of this race car driver. Let's get them an engine as soon as possible. And they'll be here before sunrise the next morning on Saturday morning, pulling that engine, getting it to that person so they can get it installed and be racing that night. That's the kind of customer service we want to deliver.
The following is a special presentation of Crate Racin USA, America's leader in racing. This is Crate Racin USA Live.
They're side by side. The top 2 of the points are 4th and 5th right now. Here comes Jimmy Thomas. We're back underway out of turn 4. 13 circuits to go around the Talladega short track, and we now have ourselves a battle for the lead. Out of turn number 4, Jeremy Steele wins the Turkey 100. This is America's leader in racing, the Rogers Dab Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series 4-wide.
And now your host, Cody Earley.
Well, hello there again, and welcome in to another episode of Crate Racing USA Live, episode number 21. My name is Cody Earley. Glad to be with you as always. Coming up on tonight's episode, we'll chat with a man who is now, well, checking off one of the biggest boxes in his career. And it's crazy to think that a driver that's won at Eldora, he's won at Fairbury, he's won some of the biggest events, he's competed on the biggest stage when it comes to super late model racing. Well, he can now say that a street stock race is now checked off of his wish list. We'll chat with Spencer Hughes coming up tonight, fresh off of his win Saturday night from the Southern Street Stock Nationals at Whynot. And we'll chat with a driver that's currently second in the Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman National Points with 6 weeks to go. Landon Mathews, fresh off of a win at Swainsboro, and he tries to chase down his first ever national championship with Crate Racing USA. We'll chat with both of them coming up on tonight's episode. And of course, we'll get you caught up on what's coming up this weekend. Penton and Sonoa for both the tours Friday and Saturday night. We'll talk a doubleheader in Alabama and Georgia. But first, let's take a look at what happened last week. And there's quite a bit to unfold, and we start at the House of Hook on Thursday night, August the 13th. 6 qualifying features for the Southern Dirt Street Stocks. Corey Neal Jr., Carl Kilgore IV, Tyler Nicely, Wyatt Hill, Rod Tucker, and Spencer Hughes capture the qualifying features, automatically locking them and the runner-ups in each of those features into the big main event on Saturday night. On Friday night, it was the Baton Rouge Raceway. It was Shannon Lee out of Lumberton, Mississippi, picking up the Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model win, and the Crate Racing USA Street Stock win went to Jeffrey Gall. And at Pine Ridge Speedway in Guntown, Mississippi, it was the Battle at the Ridge, night number 1. The first night was just simply Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model points. Oakley Gillespie picked up the win. In the modifieds, it's the points leader, Mingo Jason Markowitz, picking up the win in the Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsman. We move to Saturday, the Playground of Power, East Alabama Motor Speedway. It was Ricky Culpepper picking up the win in the Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Models. The Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman went to Bubba Gorman. The hometown driver got the win. Back to Pine Ridge we go, the Mississippi Crate Late Racing Series. It was points night on Saturday night at the Battle at the Ridge. picking up that win? Well, we'll talk about that coming up in moments. The Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman win, however, went to R.J. Emerson out of Almo, Tennessee. The Crate Racing USA Street Stock went to Jeremy Kelly. And the Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsman win went to none other than Mingo, a full sweep of the weekend at Pine Ridge. Super B Speedway, it was the Hurricane Area Sprints in town, and Rob Litton out of Alexandria, Louisiana, got it done in the Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Models. Swainsboro had the Southern Clash Late Models in town. It was one of our guests on tonight's show, Landon Mathews, picking up another win in the Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman ranks. In the Street Stocks, it was Luke Scott. Talladega, well, they had all kinds of action. They had chaos, but they did not have any round track racing on Saturday night as the Tour of Destruction was in town and a packed-out, sellout crowd in East Tavoga. Thunder Hill Raceway in Summertown, Tennessee had super late model action, but it was Tyler Wood out of Hohenwald picking up the win in the Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsman. Western Kentucky, Madisonville, Kentucky, it was the Crate Racing USA Street Stocks. Zach Harris went to victory lane. And back to Whynot we go. It was non-qualifier features. Michael Emmons, Heath Walker, and Chase Pennington, that's Chase with an S, got the win in the non-qualifier features. At Extreme Speedway in Danville, Alabama, the Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman saw Bryson Mitchell go back to victory lane. And the defending Modified Sportsman National Champion Luke Riddle got back on track Saturday night. He picked up the win at Extreme. Now we move forward in the touring side of things. Well, we mentioned that Pine Ridge had the Mississippi Crate Late Racing Series in town. Nick Thrash picked up his first national points win with the series on Saturday night.
Thrash with 2 to go. White flag next time by. Nick Thrash under the white flag. A half a lap to make for $2,000 to win here at Pine Ridge Speedway. Check it in the air, and Nick Thrash will win it. He let them all.
The series now turns its attention coming up to the Greenville Speedway. Mark the calendar, September the 12th. They'll be there for a big night of racing, the season finale for the Mississippi Crate Late Racing Series. Now to unfold all that went down at the Southern Street Stock Nationals at the House of Hook. The 14th annual edition, of course presented by Parish Tractor, saw Spencer Hughes pick up his first career win in the event in 9 tries. It was Tyler Nicely who drag raced Hughes to the stripe, but just came up short of picking up his first. He finished runner-up. It was Ethan Wilson third, Corey Neal Jr. who set on the pole fourth, and Luke Bennett was fifth. Carl Kilgore the fourth was 6th. Jackson Moore 7th. Caden Jackson, the defending winner of the event, was 8th. Logan Hickerson 9th, and Wyatt Hill was 10th. Point standings, Tyler Nicely stays atop of the Southern Dirt Street Stock Series standings by only 5 points over Corey Neal Jr., 34 points back to Andrew Stone, 37 back to Rod Tucker, and 44 back to Caden Jackson, who sets in the 5th spot. Still a lot to be decided in the Southern Dirt Street Stock Series presented by Kelly Trucking. Their next event will come up September 3rd through the 5th, Labor Day weekend at Windy Hollow Speedway in Owensboro, Kentucky. $2,500 to win on Friday, $7,500 to win on Saturday. That's how it went down this past weekend with Crate Racing USA sanctioned tracks and touring series. And now it's time to turn our attention to our first guest. You heard me mention his name just a little bit ago because he picked up his 6th points win of 2026. Landon Mathews. He got it done at Swainsboro last Saturday. We'll chat with him next. You're listening to Crate Racing USA Live.
Crate Racing USA Live will return after this commercial break.
When performance matters, champions choose Hoosier Racing Tires. As the largest race tire manufacturer in the world, Hoosier produces over 1,000 different types of race tires, engineered for speed, precision, and winning results. With cutting-edge technology like a 300-mile-per-hour test wheel, a state-of-the-art production facility, and advanced mixing plant, Hoosier continues to lead the way in racing innovation worldwide. Hoosier Racing Tires. We fuel passion, pride, and success with our tires designed for champions. Order today at HoosierTire.com or call 574-784-3152. Hoosier Racing Tires. Tires designed for champions.
Racers are dedicated to winning. And Chevrolet Performance's 3 factory-sealed circle track crate engines can help you get to the checkered flag first. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a touring hero, on dirt or pavement, Chevrolet Performance Circle Track crate engines are engineered to win. Right out of the box.
I'm Matt Williamson. And you know, the thing with the VP Racing oil is we trusted the fuel for so many years that it was easy to switch to the oil, and we're glad we did. The stuff is phenomenal. It's the best oil out there, and we have all the confidence in the world in every fluid we run on the race car because it comes from VP.
VP Fuel and Lubricants is the only oil and lubricants that we use in our 3-car program, and it's the only one we trust for that.
In racing, every edge matters. Next Racing Wheels may be new to the scene, but behind the name is over 35 years of innovation from Taylor TJ Weld. Built with 100% CNC precision, Next Wheels feature a one-piece center, bolted outer half, and an O-ring seal, eliminating leaks and weak points. And with bead screw technology, you get superior tire retention without the hassle of bead locks. Stronger, lighter, built to handle the abuse while reducing deflection for better traction and balance. Plus, the bolt-together design means faster repairs and more money in your pocket. Innovation, performance, value. Check us out at nextracingwheels.com or find us on Instagram. Next Racing Wheels. The future is next.
Feel the thunder. Experience the heart-pounding action of Crate Racing USA from dirt tracks across the South. Catch every lap, every pass.
3 wide, just momentarily for the
every
lead.
victory with Crate Racing USA TV.
The modified main event on this Friday night.
Watch live events or dive into on-demand replays anytime. Whether it's a single night shootout or a full weekend of racing, you're in control. Never miss a moment. Watch from anywhere. Visit CrateRacingUSA.tv now for upcoming events and full race replays. Crate Racing USA TV, America's leader in racing.
Did you know that your Crate Racing USA membership gets you 5% off every purchase with Velocita by Melissa Markowitz? Well, you do now. They have everything from custom measured suits to gloves, Zamp helmets, and some very cool swag. Find Velocita by Melissa Markowitz on Facebook and get your order in today. And make sure you mention your Crate Racing USA membership to get that 5% off. Welcome back to Crate Racing USA Live. Our first guest on the show tonight out of Dublin, Georgia. He currently sets second in the Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman National Points. 6 points back with exactly 6 weeks to go in the 2026 season. And he's the most recent winner at Swainsboro Raceway. It's Landon Mathews. Landon, welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Well, you know, I think it's safe to say now you've kind of got the Burrow figured out. I feel like when we've went back and looked at results this year, I feel like I have seen your name in victory lane quite a bit this year. That place, I will say, and if you've never been there, for folks that are listening, never been there, that is the flattest track I think I have ever been to in my life. What is it that makes that place so unique?
Yes, sir, no doubt. We've kind of been hit or miss there for a little bit. I went through the summer doing some shock swapping, and kind of had me in a little bit of a slump. But I put my old stuff back on, and we got it, together. But I don't know. Ever since they changed it and flattened it out, they put that gray dirt on it. Kind of about the time I got started, and kind of immediately took a liking to it. Kind of fit my style, I guess you could say.
Of course, would you call Swainsboro the home track?
Well, not technically. Dublin would technically be my home track, but honestly, I tell everybody Swainsboro is my home. It's where I got my first win, and I feel like we're pretty good there. Pretty consistent.
And when it comes to racing the national points, man, this year, and I know JJ has been kind of vocal about it too, Mother Nature has not been kind to race season this year at Swainsboro, has it?
No, especially not Swainsboro, man. Those guys couldn't catch a break. We ran 2 races early in the year, and then after that, it seemed like week after week, no matter when they tried to race, the rain got them every time.
Well, you mentioned Dublin, the historic 441 Speedway, Waycross, Cochrane. We've seen you at Needmore this year. Man, kind of bouncing around, gaining these points. You finished 10th last year in the national points. But this last 3 years, you guys have kind of got things headed in the right direction. What do you think is something that you guys have kind of hit on these last 3 seasons? Multiple wins in the last 3 seasons.
Yes, sir. Well, last year we kind of caught on that national deal, and we were in the running there for a little bit, and then we had a stretch of about 2 months when it didn't matter where it was, we got rained out. So that kind of killed that for me. But as far as the wins, man, I started racing 5 years ago. So I kind of had a starter car, the first couple of years. I had a Scorpion race car. And then it got to the point where, we were running decent. We just weren't winning. So we kind of said if we were going to keep on with this deal, we needed to get us something a little bit newer. So we went and bought a new rocket, put it together, and it took a little while to get used to. But after that, things started clicking and started clicking off some wins and kind of just kept building on it.
I was going to say wins. I go back to 2024 when you won a Bandit Series race there at Screven. You picked up that win. That was a pretty special win for you too.
Yes, sir. That was a pretty cool deal there. That was my first time going to Screven, and we pulled in the gate. It rained up until hot laps, and I took my dad up there to look at the racetrack. And he was like, "Man, I just don't know about this." Like he didn't even want to unload. He wanted to go home, and then we hot lap quickest, qualified quickest, and led every lap of the race. And he's been ready to go back ever since.
Well, for you, when it comes to racing, what gets your racing career started? For the folks that don't know, what gets you to the racetrack now? What's the story?
Man, I wish I had a cool story, honestly, but I don't. Like I said, about 5 years ago, senior in high school, and going out there to the racetrack in Dublin, 441, I had a few buddies, that raced, and I always thought it was a pretty cool deal. And I honestly thought if I ever got to do it, it'd be in a factory stock car. But we had a guy local to the house. He had 2 cars for sale, one being a late model and one being the factory stock. And he wanted more money for the factory stock. So we figured, if I was going to get going, we would want to be at that level one day anyway. So we just went with the late model.
And when it comes to the late model, obviously the 602, that's kind of been the comfort zone this year. I know February, I think it was, you ran a Crown Vic in February, at Swainsboro, right?
Yes, sir. That 150 lap race.
How was that? Take us through 150 laps in a Crown Vic.
Man, it's a really good time. And we ran the first 50 the right way, and then we did the next 50, in reverse or going backwards on the racetrack. And I picked up a second time-wise. So I was actually I was coming up on one of my best friends to pass him for the lead, and the mass airflow sensor broke on the car, and that put me out of that deal. It started running pretty bad. So, but no, it's a really good time. Those cars are really fun, honestly.
Out of all things to put you out of the race, that.
I'm telling you.
We're talking with Landon Mathews from Dublin, Georgia. Currently second right now in the Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman National Points. Only 6 weeks remain, and he is 6 points back heading into the final stretch of the season. Well, I go back to the first of 2026. We got to see you on the road with the 604 engine. We got to see you go to Talladega and Volusia with the Crate Racing USA Winter Shootout Series. Is that something that maybe down the road you're kind of thinking about? Maybe doing a little bit more 604 racing down the road?
Yeah, that's the goal, right? So I kind of set out to do that Winter Series deal. I've got a 604 motor. It's a little bit older motor, but I had it freshened up by 441, and I told my dad, I was like, man, I really just want to go get my feet wet and see where we stack up. And honestly, I felt like we ran pretty good. Had a decent showing at Talladega, and then went to Volusia with 100 of the best crate cars around and missed the show by 1 spot, So that's what I want to try to kind of do that next year if I can get some equipment, going. But yeah, that's the goal anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say a 12th at the Ice Bowl. He ended up, I think it was 7th in the Friday feature at Volusia. And as you mentioned, just one spot out in that last chance showdown for the 10,000 to win feature. You did some more 604 stuff after that. Went to Screven, I think, possibly with the 604.
Yes, sir. I actually went to Screven and ran the practice day, and then rolling out to qualify that night, I blew up in qualifying. So got it back to 441. They fixed it up for me, and then I went to Cochran and ran 604/Clash, mixed deal, and I ran third with those guys, and then we decided to take it back out and go back 602 racing.
For the folks at home, they hear the 604, they hear the 602. What's kind of the big transition for you? Obviously, we've had a lot of guys over the last 3 years that have went and did both. They have the 602 car in the trailer and the 604. And I've noticed some of those guys have kind of scaled back from doing both of those. A couple in particular saying that it has helped them stay in just one car. For you, what's kind of the comfort zone between a 604 and the 602 as far as your driving style?
Man, honestly, I don't feel like, as far as the motor itself, of course it's a little bit bigger, but I don't feel like that's the big difference. But when you move up to that level, there's a good bit of knowledge that you need to have. You know what I mean? When you get up to that level, the times are so close and everything's just so close. You got to be on your game, every time you pull on the racetrack. And I think that was, our biggest struggle was just having the knowledge behind me, not necessarily, driving style or anything like that. I feel like I can compete with them, driving wise. It's just getting the car, dialed in and perfect for me.
Well, definitely set up as of right now to get your best national points finish and still in the contention for that championship. As we mentioned, 6 weeks left. Obviously, next 6 weeks kind of focus on trying to get as much as you can. But what's some stuff maybe looking ahead into the rest of 2026? What's some things on the agenda? I personally would think there might be a Turkey 100 trophy that you might be chasing come November. I think that might be one of the things on the list, right?
Oh man, that place, that's one thing I can say. I've won a bunch of races there, but I have yet to get a big one. You know what I mean? I haven't won the Pine Tree and I haven't won the Turkey race. And those are two big ones that are important to me, racing there as much as I do. But definitely got that circled. Would like to run pretty good there. And honestly, after the points deal is over with, the national deal, I'd like to just, hit the big money races, whatever comes about. If it's paying some money, I'd like to go to it.
Well, you talk about the racetracks in your area. You mentioned Swainsboro and 441. What's some other tracks in the area that if you're free and they got big races, what's some other places folks can see you at?
Oh, anywhere, honestly. If they allow Hoosiers, we're going. Cochran, Sonoya, Screven, shoot, we'll go to Florida, Alabama. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? If they're paying some money and we can get there, we'll go.
Indeed. Well, man, it has been a good 2026. We wish you the best of luck, man. 6 points don't sound like a lot, but when you think about the competition level, that was one more thing I want to talk about. We've talked a lot about 602 late models on this show. Man, in the last 4 years, the competition level has just it's expanded. I feel like the 602 class itself, when you go somewhere at a racetrack, there used to be, you'd run into 2 or 3 guys that are pretty competitive, but now you're looking at a full field of guys that could win almost any night.
Oh man, it's crazy. That's what I tell people all the time, especially in our area. If you're winning races in our area, you're doing something. It's just you got 10 guys on any given night that can win the race. Where used to, you might could go somewhere and you say, okay, well, I'm out to outrun 2 or 3 of them instead of 10, but that's just not the case anymore.
Well, man, we wish you the very best of luck. Obviously, top 10 last year, you got to the banquet. Hopefully this year you get to the banquet, and from 10th to 1st sounds like a really good transition, doesn't it?
Oh, man, that would be awesome. I hate I didn't get to go to the banquet last year. I think they've still got some of my stuff from it. But, yeah, we're going to hunker down and see if we can't hit, racetracks from now on that are sanctioned and get those national points and just see if we can maybe put it together. I mean, regardless, I'd be happy with top 3, but I like to win, so that's the goal.
You do have some great people that help you, sponsors, family. Tell the folks out there about them.
Oh man, I've got a ton of folks. First and foremost, my parents. They back me, from the get-go. I've got a bunch of sponsors, Big M's, my papa, Ray White Construction, Schaefer's Oil, Grimsley's Pressure Washing, Elite Georgia, Land Clearing, Southern River Transport. Will Harrington helps me out quite a bit. Me and him are pretty good buddies. Rocket Chassis, Matt Logan, he does all my shock stuff. There's a ton. I can't name them all right off the top of my head, but yeah, I've got a bunch of people behind me.
Well, Landon, man, we appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time, and best of luck over the next 6 weeks, and hopefully we're chatting with you come 2027 when we hand out those big trophies at the banquet.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on.
Coming up, both tours are in action this Friday and Saturday. Pickin on Friday, Saturday Sonoa. We'll talk the touring side of things when we come back. You're listening to Crate Racing USA Live.
Crate Racing USA Live will return after this commercial break.
Need speed? Need parts? Need results? Head to Knowles Race Parts and Bodies in Rome, Georgia. Your one-stop shop for everything racing. From a full line of race parts, shock and setup services, to VP Racing Fuels and Lubricants, Hoosier Racing Tires, and Chevrolet Performance Circle Track engines, Knowles has what it takes to get you to victory lane. Plus, with many parts in stock, you won't be waiting when it matters most. Have questions? They've got answers and the experience to back it up. Remember, Knowles knows race parts and bodies. Call 678-414-4655 or email cdkknowles66@hotmail.com today.
When it comes to race day safety, don't take chances. The Fire Suit Lady has you covered. Velocita by Melissa Markowitz is your go-to source for top quality safety gear, including SFI certified suits, gloves, shoes, and head and neck restraints, plus the latest 2025 Snell rated ZAMP helmets. Whether you're gearing up for the first time or upgrading your equipment, Melissa will make sure you get the right fit and the right protection. Trust experience, trust safety. Velocita by Melissa Markowitz. Don't take chances.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Scorpion Race Cars, home of the Scorpion chassis in Phoenix City, Alabama, is your home for anything racing. From complete cars to any level of fabrication or repairs you need. We're a dealer for all the top brands of racing parts, fuel, and more. Need a complete setup? Give us a call today for your appointment. 334-448-0604. Scorpion Race Cars has over 50 years experience in the business. Find us on Facebook at Scorpion Race Cars or call us today. 334-448-0604.
Race fans have a home on Speed Sport 1. Feel the roar of IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. Experience the power of American muscle with a Trans Am Series presented by Pirelli. Speed Sport 1 has a wide variety of motorsports competition that will satisfy your inner racer. From IMCA Dirt Track action to Ferrari Challenge North America. Speed Sport 1 is 24/7. Go to speedsport1.com for details and viewing options.
Can't make it to the track? Crate Racing USA TV has you covered. From live events to on-demand replays, Crate Racing USA TV is your go-to for everything Crate Racing USA. Watch from anywhere at any time. Simply visit CrateRacingUSA.tv and never miss a lap. Welcome back to Crate Racing USA Live as we get ready to finally put the summer break to end and kick off the second half of the 2026 Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series season, and we'll do so with a little bit of fun. Coming up on Friday, we'll be out on site at Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, Alabama. We'll be out there hanging out on Friday from 10 to 2. We'll have, of course, Chase Edge's Cruiser Late Model out there. Also, the 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD Pace Truck. We'll have door prizes and so much more. You can come out and register to get yourself some free tickets and come out and see us as we hang out leading up to the racing action that will take place on Friday night at the Pickin Raceway in Lafayette, Alabama. So if you're out and about, come see us, do a free test drive, check out the new Silverados, the Colorados, the Trailblazers, you name it, and it'll be at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika coming up on Friday. That leads us into racing action on Friday night, the first of a doubleheader weekend for the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series and the Late Model Stock Tour, as it will be a $2,500 to win feature for the 604 late models coming up on Friday night. And it will be a $1,500 to win for the Late Model Sportsman Tour. Previous winners at Pickin Raceway. The inaugural visit was back in 2006. David Gentry won that one. In 2007, it was Derek Rainey. William Thomas, the first of his 4 wins, came in 2008. It was Scott Knowles in 2009, Larry Harrigan in 2010. 3 straight from William Thomas from 2011 to 2012. Matthew Turner in 2012, Ryan King in 2015, and Shep Lucas in 2016. And then the long break before we made our return last year. Of course, Jamie Godby and his staff have done some amazing things at Pickin, able to get the series back there last year. Jody Knowles cashed in on his very first ever series win there just 1 year ago. The series will then flip the script on Saturday night and head to the gray clay of Senoia Raceway in Senoia, Georgia, and it will be the 10th all-time visit. Crazy to think it's only been 10 times, because I feel like the series visits Senoia twice a year, but the very first visit came back in 2011 when Dan Brewer went to Victory Lane. Will Harrington picked it up 10 years later in 2021. Then it was Austin Horton, the first of his 2. Interesting note, Austin is the only driver to repeat at the Senoia Raceway. Keep that in mind when we get there on Saturday night. It was Jason Welshon in 2022. 2003 went to Tyler Millwood. Matt Dooley rebounded in 23 and won the second feature there. It was Austin Horton picking up his second series win there in 2024. Zach Leonardi also in 24. That was the day race at Senoia. Remember that, along with the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. And most recently, last year's series champion, Jeremy Steele, went to Victory Lane just 1 year ago at Senoia Raceway. It'll be a $3,000 to win main event when we roll in there on Saturday night. Point standings, Joseph Brown will lead the way into the second half of the season. Austin Yarborough in second. Diesel Jones in third. He is the top Cruise with the Champion Rookie of the Year contender, ahead of the guy chasing him, Joey Armistead. I think it's safe to say the middle part of that first stretch of the year, Joey had some things put together. As a matter of fact, a stretch of almost 6 races where he hit the top 10 in 6 straight. Unfortunately, had that snapped at Magnolia, the most recent race. Then Bubba Rolling. Bubby's going to have some help going into the second half of the season. Brian Green's going to jump over and help turn some wrenches possibly on that 5-1-5 in the second half of the season. Chase Giddens sets in 6th. It was Griffin Smith in 7th. And Jonah Bozeman, the final points regular, sets in the 8th spot. I think this break will be good for Jonah. I think they were ready to kind of go back home and regroup and get some parts where they needed to be. I talked to him at the mag just a little bit, and man, I think this break will be good for that Jonah Bozeman number 22 machine. I look to see that car make a turnaround, and it could be as soon as this weekend. That's how the regular points are in the Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series. When you flip the script over to the Late Model Sportsman Tour, well, they'll have their own doubleheader this weekend. It'll be a $1,500 to win on Friday night when the series rolls into Pickin Raceway, and it will be a $2,500 to win for the series when they go to work at Senoia. So a big weekend for them as well. Of course, Dustin Harris continues to set at the top of the standings. Griffin Jones sets in the second spot. Both of them have a win in the 6 features. Then Brody Thompson, Joey Tucker, Caleb Ashby round out your top 5. Devin Watley, Brandon Lunsford, Knox Lambert, Grayson Williams, and R.J. Emerson make up the top 10. Now, this could be an interesting weekend for them, too, because when you look at those points, only 16 points separate the top 2, but only 20 points separate the top 3. You want to make it even more interesting? The top 5 are only separated by 36 points going into this doubleheader weekend. It'll be the second all-time visit to the Penn Raceway. Of course, Colton Herbert picked up that win 1 year ago there, and Peyton Stevenson picked up the inaugural visit at Sonoa. So both tracks this weekend, second time all-time they've hosted the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman Tour. All the action, well, it'll come your way Friday and Saturday night. The weather looks like it's going to be great both nights. If you can't make it to the track, Crate Racing USA TV has you covered all weekend long. So come hang out with us. Me and Tim Cooper, hopefully we'll keep you entertained both nights, as he is the track house announcer at Penn Raceway and Sonoa Raceway. So I'll get to spend some time with Tim coming up this weekend both nights. We hope you join us, whether at the track or on Crate Racing USA Live. That is a look at what's going on in the touring side. Once again, I want to remind you, Friday we'd love to see you out at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Okalaka, Alabama from 10 to 2 coming up on Friday. Well, that's how the touring side of things shaped up. Well, this past Saturday night, there was a pretty big street stock deal out in Meridian, Mississippi, and I think I still hear the roar of the fans as their hometown driver was able to finally cash in on the Southern Street Stock Nationals, and he is our guest coming up. We'll chat with Spencer Hughes on the show next. You're listening to Crate Racing USA Live.
Crate Racing USA Live will return after this commercial break.
As far as I can remember, my dad was always buying VP fuel. And then once I got to a certain level of racing where I was good enough, I was sponsored by VP, and I believe VP, my whole entire career, is what I ran with at Mitch's at Pro Circuit, and then also Factory Kawasaki. So very reliable fuel, makes good power. And you can relatively get it anywhere. So that's the beauty of VP, is always supporting our sport and making sure that we all have fuel to go racing.
Looking for the ultimate racing getaway? Then pack your bags and join us for the 28th annual Cruise with the Champions, January 17th through the 23rd, 2027. Set sail on the beautiful Carnival Vista for a 6-day Eastern Caribbean adventure featuring stops at Amber Cove, Half Moon Key, and Celebration Key. This is your chance to relax, connect, and hang out with your racing family away from the track. But listen up, cabins are limited, and if you want to be close to your crew, you need to get that deposit in now. Got a Carnival code? Be sure to let us know, and always compare pricing to get the best deal. Interior, ocean view, and balcony rooms are available, but they won't last long. Got questions? Call or text 678-414-6970 today. Cruise with the Champions, where racing meets paradise.
Need reliable equipment to power your next project? WestPro JCB has you covered. From durable mini excavators to cutting-edge teleskids, we offer solutions that deliver performance and precision. Visit WestProJCB.com today and upgrade your fleet with machines you can trust.
Whether you're a race team, track, series, or business, Matman Designs has you covered. We offer high-quality logo mats, solid mats, rubber logo scraper mats, outdoor scraper mats, Versalite mats, and even custom graphic design services to bring your brand to life. At Matman Designs, we take pride in top-notch customer service and durable, eye-catching products built to perform. Visit matmandesigns.com or find us on Facebook today for pricing tailored to your specific needs. Matman Designs, where your brand stands out from the ground up.
It's time to level up your collection at Columbus Sports Cards. We're talking sports cards, Pokemon cards, and must-have sports memorabilia. Buy, sell, or trade it all in one place. Pulling heat, chasing legends, and stacking your best collection starts here. 5880 Veterans Parkway in Columbus, Georgia. 706-507-9277. Catch the action live on Whynot and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and eBay. Open Monday through Friday 10 till 7 and Saturdays 10 to 3. Columbus Sports Cards.
Now trying to get around the C11 Junior. Spencer Hughes, your new leader, as the white flag waves. One more time around. Stuckey falling back to second down the back straightaway one more time. Does he have anything for Spencer Hughes? Spencer Hughes gonna move down. Chad Thrash is gonna roll the top side of the speedway, trying to get around both cars. Spencer Hughes coming to the checkered flag. The K3 of Spencer Hughes, Mr. Excitement, makes the last pass. And he is going to be your Jambalaya 100 champion.
Here comes your leader once again, Hughes. Spencer Hughes on the front side. Working down into turn number 1.
Spencer Hughes biting at the bit. He's on the outside of Nicely here.
We have got Spencer Hughes. We've got Tyler Nicely, two of the best in the nation, going heads up for command of the most prestigious street stock race in the world. Spencer Hughes has led almost all of the laps to this one. Tyler Nicely led a few to open us up. But it is getting tight back here, Chris. Oh, yep. Shea Knight off the pace for just a second. Looks like he gathered it back up. All this happening right in front of the leaders.
Who sticks in the air, Matt?
2 laps to go.
And Nicely's here. This lap traffic has followed right into Nicely's lap here.
It's going to come down to 1 lap to go, Chris.
Yeah.
Fight Fab, 1 to go. Here he comes.
He's not waiting.
Tyler Nicely going to try to make his move here off turn number 4. Could it come down to the last lap? It will. He uses Hayden Shavers as a berm into turn number 1. Tyler Nicely is there, and Aaron Edwards is in front of Spencer Hughes. Oh my goodness gracious, side-by-side contact down the back straightaway. Tyler Nicely into turn number 3. Checkers in the air, side-by-side. Who's it going to be? Spencer Hughes gets the job done. Oh my gosh, race fans, what about that one? Holy cow. Can you believe what we just saw?
It's homecoming, son.
Oh my gosh. Spencer Hughes, Tyler Nicely, Ethan Wilson, Corey Neal Jr., Luke Bennett, your top 5. Race fans, if you don't like that, then take it home.
Out of all that, we don't even care who won. It's just the fact of it come down to the flag stand right there in a 50-lap event, Matt.
Oh, my God. All right, race fans, how about it? Spencer Hughes on top of the car, finally, a Southern Street Stock Nationals champion. Spencer, I tell you what, man, this was a heck of a race. You put on a stinker for a most part. You pulled away from everybody, and then you got in that lap traffic. And, dude, what was going through your head? Because I know you had to look to your right, and you saw Aaron Edwards in front of you. You saw Tyler Nicely beside you. Take us through those last couple laps.
Oh, man, I didn't really know where to go. I'm sitting there, the lap traffic everywhere. I'm watching Caleb. He's, I know he's coming, and but then lap cars just all over the place, kind of like that. And I didn't want to get hung out way in the middle or somewhere. But yeah, when he rolled up beside me right there, I'm like, shit, we're gonna lose another one, But when we both entered the corner way too hard, getting into 3, I just slowed down, tried to catch a little bit of ground, and we're hoping that car in front of me wouldn't mess up, I guess. I was like, please don't hold me up, because as real risky. I felt like following the lap car kind of to the checkered right there, but I was able to grab just enough, kind of blow out there and barely beat him.
I tell you what, it came down to, I don't even know what the margin of victory was, maybe a bumper. Man, you have chased this race for so long, and to win it in this fashion, in front of your home crowd here, you grew up here, what does it mean to you? Can you put it in perspective, what the emotions you're feeling are?
Oh, that shit was unbelievable, man. I thought I was going to run second again, but got all my friends and family here and do it with Tyler. Right there coming to line. Me and him been good buddies for a long time, and I'm probably the first one to outrun the little 2 big 5 in the slick. So I thought he was just messing with me there forever, but just thanks to everybody that helps out. Everybody on this car, Hankins Lumber Company, 191 Auto Salvage, Matt, Clyburn St. Lines, 100 Service Center, Greg Hollingsworth, Daryl, PRP Suspension, he's up here with us, Fox Shop, Hankins family, all of them, Jackson Moore, that's how I get my car to the racetrack, and in their trailer and all, William at Sign Pro, Rodney, Extreme Graphics by J-Rod. I don't want to leave nobody out. So Hypercool Springs, Voodoo 34, Noah Dassby come up here Thursday, True Speed, J&J Motorsports, Henry's Etters, operated by K.I. Davis, J. Dickens Racing Engines. I don't want to forget him, but M&M Farms, Bill Langston, he's up here with us. Just everybody that helps, and all my crew, Pearl and Josh up here, Daryl, Danny May, James Boyd, his son, they do a lot. All my family. Randy Boyd for working at the shop, and Blaze Anthony been helping us a lot on this thing. It's just so many. Caleb Todd for coming back home, running Signal 6 for me. Just everybody 4-way Fab too. There's another really good run, and if I'm forgetting everybody, I'm sorry. But victory seats, just finally.
I tell you what, Spence, you're finally a Southern Street Stock Nationals champion. You've got the job done. What are you going to do now?
Probably quit running it. I'm in on a high note now. It's just we're gonna, I guess, go through tech, whatever that process may be, and have a couple cold drinks at the 11-2 camp down there.
Is there going to be a party down there tonight, possibly?
Yeah, possibly, or just sit there and stare at it, and just a sigh of relief. We'd have had $1 for everybody else. I'm just going to keep running second this thing forever. We probably have as much as we just won right there.
Oh, what a night it was. Saturday night, man, the volume, the crowd level, the volume as equal as the cars when our next guest crossed the line first. The hometown driver, Meridian, Mississippi's own Spencer Hughes, added his name to the list of a Southern Street Stock National Champion. And it was a big night on Saturday night. And we have Spencer on the line with us. Spencer, welcome to Crate Racing USA Live.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Well, man, I know you've probably had to probably answer some of these questions probably, I don't know, hundreds of times since the checkered flag flew on Saturday night. But, man, in the 9th attempt in this deal, you finally was able to pick up that checkered flag after 3 runner-up finishes, a 3rd-place finish, a 6th, and then some nights that didn't go that well. Man, this, to you in your mind, you've done a lot of cool things. And when I say done cool things, you've picked up Baltes Classics at Eldora. You've won Dirt Late Model Dream prelims at Eldora. You've done really cool things. But, man, this win, this night, this event, it's got to be special to you.
Oh, it is for sure. And it probably still ain't really – it hasn't sunk in completely yet, probably. The trophy's still on the sheet metal table in there, I don't even know where I'm going to put it yet. You got so many checkboards and stuff from this event. We about out of room. We got to build a new shop now. That's our last excuse, I guess. But just to, really, like this race, it means a lot to me. And I've been wanting to build cars, and I ultimately kind of, quit racing on the road just to get Corey Neal's car ready for this race last year. And the whole reason I built 001, as we call it, the first 4-way Fab car. Like, this was the race we were planning on having it ready for. And the first race we ran with it, that ran second, of course, there. So it's just always meant a lot. And I didn't get to run it there for a couple years, but I know every time I had to miss it, like, never once was I happy where I was at. I'd much rather have skipped the north-south or Batesville to be there. It's just didn't work out, but it was it really was special to do it. And to do it in a photo finish like that, like with Tyler. He's not only does he have one of our cars, but me and him have been really great friends since, I met him actually before I even went on the road. I met him when we were doing the UMP modified stuff down in Florida. Me and him hit it off good, and I guess finally everything worked out.
And when you talk about that, I know in Victory Lane, you could tell the emotion was there, but then you go back to what you told Matt in Victory Lane about here you see him jump to the outside, you see him get a half a car length ahead of you, and then here you go in the back of your mind thinking, is this about to happen again? But when you come off turn 4 and you realize that, that opportunity's there, what's going through your mind when you can see those checkered flags flying and realizing you're at the point where you possibly could get this thing?
Well, I knew, I thought I done gave it away again. There's one year, way back in the day, I think it's 2017, I was leading it and jumped the cushion with 10 to go or something. I've been in position to win this thing several times, and just for some reason, it's the only race I ain't never actually finished out the whole deal and won. So I saw him drive up beside me, which I knew looking back on it, I know I didn't do necessarily the right thing right there in lap traffic. I just made a few mistakes, and he drove up beside me. I'm like, man, ain't no way. But I just made sure we both got in 3-way too hot, and I slowed down, and I knew my only option at that point to even try to beat him back to the line is just follow the lap car and just try to really leave hard in the moisture, right there. And that's the only time me and Tyler spun the tires all week, I think, was going to the checker. We were floating the valves going across the finish line. But once I beat him out there, and I knew I was, right before I'm looking over there at him, I'm like, I know I'm enough ahead of him to be okay right there across the line. It's just it's really just more of a huge sigh of relief. Like, finally, I can hopefully are you just going to run second again this year questions will stop. Because I promise you there's been, not that it like aggravates me or nothing like that. It was just like, I know I've only run second, I know. Damn, just leave me alone about it. But finally, like, all that's done. We finally won it. And led almost every lap too. Like it's a big payday also. Like people don't necessarily think about that. I mean, I have really, great partners and sponsors and people that help out on this thing, but it still helps to win a good paying race too.
Yeah, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and I said, it kind of had that vibe, and this is a big throw out here, but it kind of had that vibe of, Earnhardt in the Daytona 500. I mean, you hardly could get the tech. Everybody was wanting to congratulate you. Then they started meeting you from the scales to victory lane. It kind of had that vibe, and that's what I think this event, and we're going to talk a little bit about this event now, and I think emphasizing event is very important for the Southern Street Stock Nationals because, in your own words, we talked before we got started, this is no longer just a race. This is truly something that has become special. It's become something that not only do the folks in the area get excited about, but, man, here we are one weekend away from it, and I guarantee there's people already saying, well, this is what I need to do better next year when I go back there. When I go back there, this is what we need to pick up on. What does it mean to you to see an event so close to your hometown, so close to you as far as being important to you in your racing career? What does it mean to see this finally getting the respect, getting the attention nationally that it really deserves?
I love it, and I couldn't be prouder me and Rodney are really good friends. We go way back, and to see what he's built there, him and Shannon and his whole staff too, like it comes down, it takes each and single every one of them to, like put the whole deal together. Like people have no idea the amount of work goes into it, getting ready beforehand. Like, even and Cassie cutting the grass, and Psycho helps out a lot out there, and Tim Dees, Bill Moffitt on the racetrack, and Rodney, and even old Billy, and my dad even helps him out in the tower and stuff, and Shannon hires, and just all of his complete whole staff right there. It takes every single one of them to do it. To even put an event like that on and keep it going like that. So it's really it's special to me to see it grow and see the amount of attention it's getting now. Like, I couldn't be more proud of them for that. It's awesome. I mean, I've won the Fall Classic and the late model and stuff out there. And, like, the Fall Classic always was that race growing up. That's the big race at the end of the year. But this, as far as I'm concerned, this has kind of replaced the Fall Classic or whatever. I mean, it's grown way larger. And especially with the amount of people that show up to it and how much it means to almost like every single person there. It's special to see.
And of course, the car count, the amazing car count between two divisions, and we're going to get into this a little bit too. Two divisions that mean a lot to you, but this event, we had Jimmy Thomas on the week before, and this year was his first year going out and getting to be a part of this and getting to just feel how much energy is in that building. The very first 3 wide start experience. I know actually 3/4 of the drivers on the grounds didn't get to be a part of that. But man, what goes through your mind knowing that you've got, on Saturday there was 38 other street stocks behind you, but 3 wide on a start. What is that? That's something I know nowhere else in our region does that right now. How cool is that, and how nerve-wracking is that going into turn 1?
Yeah, it's something. That's the only place I've ever done that at. No, not that I can remember, and I've raced all over it. But by the time it's 39 really good racers when it comes down to that point. Obviously their cars are good because they made the race, but it's a good racers as a whole when it comes down to them last 39 that's left. And especially starting next to Tyler, like me and him have known each other for years, and one of my really good friends. And Corey Neal too. He's a good racer. It really. I was telling Jackson more of this, because we keep his car up, and that's how I get mine to the racetrack, put in the rig with them and all that. They're super great people and do so much for me. But he was, just real worked up and kind of nervous or whatever it was. Practice night. I'm like, look, man, like, I'm more worried about if I go to a local race and lose because all my buddies are going to talk crap to me and all that. If I don't win like you're supposed to win, than if you're on the pole of the World 100. Like, that's just the mindset I have. Like, it's what you do for a living. It's just, like, I don't really get too worked up about stuff like that personally, at least.
Yeah, and a lot of experience as we dive into your career. For folks that that aren't familiar with the numbers when it comes to your career and the experience, obviously, we've talked about some of the wins at Eldora. You mentioned wins when it comes to a crate car in the Cotton Pickin 100, but man, over 100. When it was all said and done, over 186 starts in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series alone. That experience, man, from 21 all the way to 25, that learning, that experience on the road, do you feel like that really, when it gets down to it, has really kind of made you a better driver from being able to go out and do that?
Oh, 100%. I mean, we're looking at, me and Jackson were looking at this not too long ago. My race pass has the stats or whatnot. From 2021 to 2025, I raced between 90 and over 100 nights a year, or events entered. And I've got my tail kicked from, South Florida to South Dakota to Delaware, and everywhere in between. Anytime you race against those guys night in, night out, you learn stuff about your car and stuff too, but just when you race against the best drivers in the country that much, it definitely helps. It speeds your learning curve up, and just like you get put in so many different scenarios so many times and learn from every one of them. It's still not there's not a weekend I go to the racetrack and don't think about something on the way home that I know I learned or should have done different or, something like that. It definitely, it helps out a lot.
Well, for you in your career, obviously, just like a lot of racers, go-karts had a key in the start. What's kind of the story for you? How does your career get going? Who's some folks that kind of helped along the way? And we keep mentioning Rodney Wing. He had a special part of that too. So you start go-karts, and how does it go from there?
Yeah, I mean, just my dad raced, before I was born, and then right there when I was kind of growing up a little bit, when Rodney opened up the racetrack, he got a car and race again. And there was a go-kart track 2 miles down the road from the shop. Kept seeing all the trailers pass and, and all that. And I finally, I guess, bugged my dad enough to take me down there and saw one of my buddies I went to school with, and he won that night. So, of course, next week, my dad thought if he could do it, I could too. We got a go-kart, and I think not too long after that, I quit even playing buddy ball, down there at Causeville Ball Field, and all I ever did since is race. And then the list of people that's helped out along the way, we'd be here till tomorrow if I could remember and thank every single one of them. But I know right there, towards the end when I got out of go-karts, Rodney had this Camaro factory stock car, and he had told my dad that if we'd help him put the motor back together in it and whatnot, I could race it. So don't forget, I rode Rodney to the parts house. We got a crankshaft for a 97 Tahoe, and come back, and he's gone now. But one of our good buddies, Pontiac, helped us put the motor back together and put it in there, and that's kind of how the car deal got started. After the first laps I made in a car, I just went and told Dad we can get rid of all that go-kart stuff. That's what I want to do, and bought a car from Jody Walters. He used to be my neighbor down there, and ran okay that first year. It was a perfect scenario. I mean, that first year I ran, it was a street stock, and I ran in the back of everybody that was on the racetrack probably at some point or ran into things, and just worked really hard on it. It's best learning experience probably I ever could have had. And then that following winter is when we built a new car. I got the frame from who I call my uncle, Jeffrey Walker, and didn't sandblast it. I wire wheeled all of it myself, welded the seams up. My neighbor helped me, old Biscuit. He put a Speedway Motors roll cage kit in it for me. He helped me do that. And then Justin McCree actually did the front and rear suspension on it. And at that time I was working for Bowling, and they had done got kind of slow. So I was about to get laid off anyway. So Mike was nice enough to, he didn't just let me bring it over there. And Jamie helped me put the floor pan and firewall in it back then and stuff. And we put the rest of it together ourselves. And that's what kind of where the turning point was. Because I think the first night out in that car in 2016, we ran third, and then I won the next 5 straight races and ended up winning 20-something races that year out of 30-something starts. Every race but the Street Stock Nationals, I guess. It just really kind of, I'd say that's kind of where it all started, and then drove for Thompson next year. And so in 2017, I was 16 years old, finally had my actual driver's license and didn't have to worry about getting pulled over at night with the trailer. Won a bunch of big street stock races. I won 5,000 at Magnolia. I won my first crate late model race and a couple big ones that year. We won like 9 or 10 races in crate, and the Governor's Cup at Magnolia and the Southern All-Stars deal. Become the youngest winner in Southern All-Stars history. So it just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, and I mean, what a career it's been when you really think about it. When you sit down and you look at things, and obviously I know that, right now you're building race cars, building successful race cars, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But, man, when you really look at it, Meridian, Mississippi, and you can look and you can tell everybody, man, I've raced at Eldora. I've won at Eldora. I've raced at Lernerville, Knoxville, Fairbury, man, the Show Me 100, you've been a part of that multiple times, the Silver Dollar Nationals. When you really look back and you think about that kid in that go-kart, do you really get that vibe of this was a dream, but a dream that now you've kind of lived?
I want 100%. I mean, that's what I used to dream of as a kid is racing in the Lucas Oil Late Model Series, or whatever it may be, like on the road, get, race for a living, and Bill Langston too. And I was driving for Brian Ford when I won it was right before the streaming deal got big, but that when I won that big Gator championship deal at Volusia, the final night of the modified week down there, like, it was just unbelievable to win a race that was aired on national TV. Like, it was on an actual TV channel, and just to look back on everything, that Bill Langston, he owned my car when we ran the comp cam stuff and all that. Chris McElhaney owned my motor. That was a real hodgepodge deal, but everybody, we just all chipped in and helped out. And that's who I was driving for when I went to Eldora the first time in the Intercontinental Classic, because I got in on a fan vote. It was during COVID. Made the race all 3 nights. That's where I met Craig Sims at, which is who the first guy I drove for on the road was. So to look back at all that, and then I won at Fairbury. I think I'm the only one from Mississippi that ever went up there. That win at Eldora was special. Made the million, ran like 8th in it or something. And just get to travel the world racing like that for the longest time, it was just me and 2 of my younger buddies, and then Ryder worked for me for a while. This now Brandon Overton's crew chief. Like, me and him grew up together, and but it's just amazing to look back on. I mean, I'm very happy where I'm at now, for sure. But to look back and get to say I actually got to do all that, it's really is amazing.
Indeed. And now you fast forward to now, you've got your Southern National Street Stock Championship. But I tell you what, the 4-way fab race cars right now, that is man, all you had to do was watch Saturday night to realize how impressive they are. And then you go and you look at the Southern Dirt Street Stock Series, the new Street Stock Series that's going on right now. Tyler Nicely, Corey Neal at the top of that deal. Back and forth they go. What does it mean to you to see your chassis that you're building be as successful as it is right now, especially in this new Southern Dirt Street Stock Series that Shannon's got going on? What does it mean to you to see this car that you're building with your own hands really take off like it's doing?
Yeah, I memean, it's people probably never will understand how truly proud of that I am. Like I rank that it really, it makes you extremely proud to see something you've put so much time and effort into, and people out there succeeding with what they are. Like I think that was the 6th series race or something, I think, this past week. And I know like a 4A Fab race cars won every single one of them but one. Never in my wildest dreams would I ever thought would, be that successful. I always obviously believed in it, and quit racing on the road to be able to do it and make sure I got Cornell's car done on, for the 002. That's what car that is. That's what chassis number. Which in the 001, I built in my shop completely, like literally on some wood blocks and some go-kart tires at ride height in the shop floor. Didn't have a jig for nothing, but we took it and I fixed a few small things like the halo being too low and some stuff. I made a few mistakes on it, but it ended up being pretty good. Took it up there to Jack Sullivan at Cadillac and jigged it, and they build my frames now for me. That's the only way I'm out of room. Like, I had my car at Bill Moffitt's shop last week, the guy that grades the racetrack, because he sold his. I literally kept it out of his shop the last 2 weeks, I guess, technically, because I'm out of room at my place. We had to build a new shop, but that allows me to be able to race some on my own also and not, have a little bit of a life. Like Jack and them, I am really thankful for them. They do a really good job for us, and we pick them up from them, powder coated, cockpit deck brake lines, and then now put them together, from that stage forward, out of our shop. So, but for all them guys to be that successful in them, that really, I'm extremely proud of that, and thankful for all of them that have helped out along the way too. I promise you, it's not just me that makes these things go fast. It definitely is a team effort.
And I think that's one of the cool things too, that you guys, you guys work together to make them as fast as they are. You take notes from each other. Here's a good opportunity for a sales pitch. Maybe somebody's in the market for a street stock chassis. What do they need to do to find out more? What do they need to do to get in touch with you?
Just give me a call. 601-692-8778. Don't call before about 10 o'clock in the morning. We work racer hours. And if I don't answer, shoot me a text. I'm probably on the phone, especially this week. I've got a ton of phone calls and, try to do the best I can at getting back to everybody. But, I don't know. I'm really proud of that. For all of them, every car has been extremely fast every time it leaves the shop, but we try to put them. I don't know what we'll do them is, either race ready or you bring your running gear, your motor and transmission, drive shaft, all that, and then I'll put the wrap on the wrap on it for you. Every single one of them come with Fox shots from Daryl Posey. He was up there with me this past week. He's been with me for years now. Like anytime, unless I probably screwed one up, but tried to build a shop myself, or out of the Fox factory trailer, or back when I was on Building Deal. Daryl's built every other shot that I've ever had on a race car since 2019. And when I run third in the Shelby 100, won the Fall Classic. There's several other second in the topless prelim deal up there. When he shows up the racetrack and is able to help me, I would quit running the Spring Smasher. He would take the notes, and I really trust him a lot. So every car comes with shots from him. He takes good care of us and all that, and works with all the other guys really well too. Trying to make it. He has a lot of pride and time invested in that also. So they leave race ready at the end of the day, and we'll take them to racetrack and we'll test or go find a race to go to. I'll go with you and make sure there ain't no problems with it that first night out, and then I'll still help you with it after that. It don't matter, I like to see all, you got to have all of them out there running the best you can. So, I mean, don't leave nobody on the island or nothing like that. We'll help you and make sure if we find something that we think's better, call and tell you about it. Got to have all of them out there running good to be successful as a whole. So.
Indeed. And successful. They sure have been successful and all over the Southeast, especially during the Southern Dirt Street Stock Series so far in 2026. Well, you got the Nationals off your back. The big question is, what have you got going on? I know if I don't ask you this, somebody's going to be, well, why didn't you ask him? We're going to see you in a late model anywhere here, maybe in the rest of 2026 somewhere.
Yeah, I'm still going to run some more late model stuff. I mean, I'm still driving for Randy Thompson right here out of Meridian. I just simply haven't had time to go race it. Like the last time I ran it was a state race at Whynot. Drove to the lead, jumped the cushion, ran second. Randy's got extremely nice stuff. I'm thankful for it. But that stuff's the amount of work that goes into super late model racing is truly unbelievable to try to be competitive. It just takes so much, and I just haven't had time with what we got going on at the shop. So hopefully we got something put together where I might send back at a Lucas race a long ways from here in a couple weeks. But I don't know on that quite yet. We'll see. But I want to get back out there, and I enjoy running, them big races and all that. And I wouldn't do it if I still, if I felt like I didn't have a shot to still maybe win some of them real big ones. I don't think I forgot how to drive that much. But you really question it sometimes racing against them guys. Man, they're so good. And it makes it tough when you don't do it night in, night out, every night. Like they raced last night at wherever that flow race was at. And then I know there was Marshalltown, Iowa, where they raced last night. They're racing somewhere again tonight. So it's just hard to jump back in there with them guys sometimes. But I think we can. We still got a shot at a couple left in the tank, maybe.
Indeed. Well, Spencer, once again, man, congratulations on the big win Saturday night. Thanks for giving us a little bit of your time, and hopefully we look forward to chatting with you again, and look forward to seeing you going back to victory lane. And who knows, maybe this is it took 9 tries to get the first one. This might be the start of a streak or something, right?
Shoot, I don't know. Maybe it's tough to outrun them guys, man, like that. There's a lot of really good racers in this deal. I'm not trying to be biased because it's the year I finally won it, but I truly believe this is probably the toughest year as far as competition wise that there's been, and I don't look for that to start going the other way either. I think it will keep getting tougher. Them guys are really good racers, and they're putting a lot of time and effort into it, and I just thank everybody at Whynot Motorsports Park and all the fans for coming out too. Like I said, nobody, you can't put into words what that event truly means and how it feels to experience it unless you go and see it. So best thing to do is make plans, be there next year. And everybody with the Street Stock Series too, between Shannon and Big Kenny, all them guys, they've put together a really good deal to where you don't have to race. It's not like the Hell Tour or something where you try to kill yourself, run up and down the road, but good amount of races, and they all pay. I don't think they had a single race that paid under $5,000 this year. They've all been $5,000 or above. Like Wendy Hollis, $2,500 and $7,500 to win. For them to put together a series like that, that's well ran and has a good points payout, bunch of product sponsors, contingency stuff, all that. I think sometimes that kind of gets looked over and taken for granted for. How good of a deal or job they did putting together that deal. So just thanks to them. And like I said, that's finally did it. So maybe we can either we'll try to continue the hot streak, or I'll just help my customers next year.
Well, Spencer, we appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time, and wish you the best of luck in 2026.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
All right, well, coming up, we'll wrap up the show. We'll talk about what's going on this week. We'll take a look at what tracks are in action, and we'll get you set up for a big weekend at Pinton and Sonoa this weekend with both tours coming up. That's on Crate Racing USA Live.
Crate Racing USA Live will return after this commercial break.
Feel the thunder. Experience the heart-pounding action of Crate Racing USA from dirt tracks across the South. Catch every lap, every pass,
3 wide, just momentarily for the
every victory with Crate Racing USA TV.
Modified main event on this Friday night.
Watch live events or dive into on-demand replays anytime. Whether it's a single night shootout or a full weekend of racing, you're in control. Never miss a moment. Watch from anywhere. Visit CrateRacingUSA.tv now for upcoming events and full race replays. Crate Racing USA TV, America's leader in racing.
When performance matters, champions choose Hoosier Racing Tires. As the largest race tire manufacturer in the world, Hoosier produces over 1,000 different types of race tires, engineered for speed, precision, and winning results. With cutting-edge technology like a 300-mile-per-hour test wheel, a state-of-the-art production facility, and advanced mixing plant, Hoosier continues to lead the way in racing innovation worldwide. Hoosier Racing Tires. We fuel passion, pride, and success with our tires designed for champions. Order today at HoosierTire.com or call 574-784-3152. Hoosier Racing Tires. Tires designed for champions.
Racers are dedicated to winning. And Chevrolet Performance's 3 factory-sealed Circle Track crate engines can help you get to the checkered flag first. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a touring hero, on dirt or pavement, Chevrolet Performance Circle Track crate engines are engineered to win. Right out of the box.
Welcome to the My Race Pass app, the #1 app for motorsports fans. We want to make sure you get the most out of your My Race Pass app experience. With your new free account, you can use the My Race Pass app to see race day information, including event entries and official lineups and results for over 600 organizations across North America. You can also see track information and purchase online event tickets for select tracks. With your free account, you can also search for a track or series on the My Race Pass app and favorite their profile to receive news and race day notifications on your mobile device. To see more information and to see which app subscription is best for you, be sure to visit getmrpapp.com. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
If you haven't yet, check out the brand new website, CrateRacingUSA.com, a revamped look at America's leader in racing with all the information you need, from upcoming events to rules to membership information, sanction track, all the rule books for every division, touring news, national news, you name it, it's all there, including a big list of our marketing partners and a quick link to Crate Racing USA TV. It's all at the brand new CrateRacingUSA.com. Welcome back into the show. Final segment of episode number 21. Man, what an episode it has been. Big thank you to our guests tonight. We'll talk about them coming up in just a few moments. But right now, let's look at what is coming up in this week. And we are down to the final 6 weeks of national points competition. Coming up on Friday night, Baton Rouge Raceway in Baton Rouge, Louisiana will be in action. Hattiesburg Speedway in Hattiesburg, Mississippi will be as well. Highway 72 Speedway in Corinth, Mississippi will be in action. No mods this week. I'll tell you why, because they're honoring what's going on at North Alabama on Saturday night. Paducah International Raceway kicks off their Midwest Dirt Nationals preliminary action on Friday night, August the 21st. For Saturday night, Cottonwood Speedway in Cottonwood, Alabama, it's double points night for the Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman. East Alabama Motor Speedway, the playground of power in Phoenix City, has the Don Cook Memorial and a demolition derby coming up on Saturday night. Greenville Speedway Speedway in Greenville, Mississippi will play host to the Mississippi Crate Late Racing Series. Jackson Motor Speedway will be in action in Byron, Mississippi, alongside of the Magnolia Motor Speedway in Columbus. North Alabama Speedway in Tuscumbia has the King of the Mods with a $3,000 to win Crate Racing USA modified feature. And alongside of them, Paducah International Raceway up in Paducah, Kentucky will have the finale to their Midwest Dirt Nationals. It'll be a $5,000 to win Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman feature on Saturday night. The Southern Clash late models head to the historic 441 Speedway in Dublin, along with local racing divisions on Saturday night. And on Sunday, to wrap up national points competition, Windy Hollow Speedway will have Crate Racing USA topless street stock bonuses. That's right. Fresh off of the Southern Street Stock Nationals, if you show up in Kentucky topless, they're going to add a $100 bonus to your finishing purse of the night. That's what's going on in the national points. Sanctioned tracks across the Southeast. On the touring side of things, of course, as we previewed tonight, the Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series and the Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman Tour on Friday night will be at Penton Raceway for a pair of races. And then on Saturday night, both tours will head to Sonoa. And as we mentioned, the Mississippi Crate Late Racing Series heads to Greenville on Saturday, August 22nd, and they will have their next big event paying $2,000 to win out in Greenville, Mississippi. That is how things shape up for what is National Week number 26. That means when we get to next week's episode, there is only one handful of weeks left in the 2026 season. Can you believe that? Wow. Once again, a big special thank you to our guests tonight. Also, a big shout out to Landon Mathews, Spencer Hughes. Thank you so much for being with us. Thanks for joining us and being a part of episode 21. My name is Cody Earley. I invite you to a racetrack this weekend. I also ask that you like, share, and subscribe, whether you're listening on Spotify, the YouTube, or Crate Racing USA TV. We want you to make sure you keep up to date with everything going on with America's leader in racing. On behalf of Adam Stewart and the entire staff of Crate Racing USA, thank you, God bless, and we'll chat with you next week. So long, everyone.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of Crate Racing USA. Crate Racing USA would like to thank our fans for their support, and we hope you enjoyed this broadcast.